Hello people, welcome back to the vlog. Today is the final day of the week because I figured I'd change the setup of these videos a little bit, and I am 200 meters into my long run, and this week's been interesting. It's been a long week, it's been a hot week, and yeah, let's see how it went, shall we? As you can see, it's very dark. Just finished my first one of the week. Felt strong, felt good. Stomach feels a bit funny though, so I've had to cut a little bit short because I don't want to have an accident. But other than that, all's going well. It was 30 odd degrees today, 33 I think it was at its peak today. So I've waited until the sun's gone down and it's cooled down a lot. It's now about 24 degrees, so it's cooled down to the point where it's still a hot run. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. And I am sweaty, I am hot, and I need to go to the toilet. But I've done my first one of the week in the dark. So this is technically, not technically, it is my second one of the week, which is also my last one of the week. You'll probably notice that from the length of the video and the title, which I haven't thought of yet. Yeah, it's been a long week. So I did my first one, what was meant to be 8k, and did it at 11 PM because it was 33 degrees that day. I was like, I'll just do it late. Do it when the sun goes down, it gets a bit cooler, which was a good idea. It was the right idea. So I started at like 10:30ish when the sun was just setting, and it was 26 degrees when I finished an hour later. Morning. And yes, that was hot as balls. So I meant to do 8k. I did 6.5 for various reasons. One, because of the heat. Two, because it was a mistimed run, and at about 5 kilometers my stomach was telling me I need to stop. So yes, that happened. And then Wednesday was meant to be my threshold, and it was again 31 degrees that day I think, and I went, no, I was meant to do 8 kilometers of 800 meters by 200 meters. So I would have done about 10.5 kilometers that day in total. No, not happening. Not happening. It was far too warm. When I was at work, was slightly misplaced because I think I was on an early that day. So I finished at about 12. Obviously, peak of the day, not doing it. And then when it got to the point where it had cooled down enough that I could have done it, I needed to be asleep because I was on an early the next day. But it was too warm, and I decided, don't kill myself in the heat trying to achieve something that I'll probably get injured doing, because heat training is very different to training in a milder temperature. Like, you can do a lot more long-term damage to yourself, and that's obviously not something I want to do. I want to stay as fit as I can, at least until September. Maybe we'll push a little bit after that. So I thought I'd make the right decision. Don't run in the heat. Don't do a harder workout in the heat. And then Thursday comes around and it's 33 degrees again, and I'm like, give me a break. So I was up early that day, again finished at about 12ish in the heat, and I'm like, what's going on? I think it got to 11 and I checked it and it was still 28. So no, what I did that day instead was help my girlfriend put the pool up. Obviously Friday's a rest day. Then first kilometre done, exactly 8 minutes. Happy with that pace. yeah, put the pool up. Saturday, I wake up 7:30, ready to do my park run. I'm happy, I'm excited. I look at my phone, 22 degrees at 7:30 a.m. What the fuck? So I check where I'm going, or where I want it to go. By the time it starts, it will be 26. 26 degrees at 9 a.m. is a joke, in the UK anyway. Sack that off. Again, not just the heat. There were various other reasons behind it. A couple that probably not going to go into because they're more personal issues, but still. So by this point, it's Saturday and I've done 6.5 kilometers, which is the least distance I've done in months, in a week. And I'm like, right, check my weather, see what it's like for today. It is currently 21 degrees here right now, just after 9 o'clock, which again is still a joke, still far too warm for the UK, but at least outside this matter, it's a little bit of wind flow, so it's not too bad. Go. Oops. So yeah, it's not too bad, but I am still feeling the heat a little bit. I have sped up like a moron, and today is my 15.5 kilometer long run, which I'm very well rested for because I've had an impromptu rest week. So yeah, that was this week. It's felt long. It's been a short week, but it's very long because I spent most of my days looking at my weather app going, I need to run, and then stepping out my door and feeling like I've walked into an oven. So yeah, that's what's happened, and I managed to get through all that in record time. It's going to be a short video. Anyway, I'll update you when I get a little bit further, maybe 5k, see how I feel then. So I am now 5k in, a quarter of the way through almost this run, and I feel, as to be expected, probably really good considering the amount of rest I've had this week. It's been such a weird week, like it's just felt like such a long week because I've not run and I've got impatient, but I genuinely believe I've done the correct thing for me because I don't do well in the heat regardless. I don't think pushing myself in blistering heat could do any good. I'd probably do more long-term damage to myself. So yeah, I feel good. We'll check in again at 10k, see how I feel then. Probably still okay, considering 10k is now an average pace for my longer easy runs. We're getting there, we're building up. You remember 3 months ago on 5k, 3k was a hard distance. 10k in, and it's getting hard now. The heat's coming out. It's got substantially warmer than it was when I started. My average pace has dropped quite a bit, but my heart rate, I can't seem to get it down. The heat probably just over a park run left though. I can do this. We can do this. All right, let's go. 2.5k left. Whew. That last 2.5k was actually all right. The uphill bits were a little bit of a struggle, but I managed to bring my pace back to a pace that is quicker than I need for my target time of 3 hours, but not so quick that I'm pushing my threshold pace again. Good times. I say good times. I'm getting to that verge now where I know after another kilometre I'm in the unknown zone again, where I'm in a stage where I've never run this far before. It's a little bit stressing, but I'll be fine. It's been a good one, this one, actually. I got lost in my own thoughts again, and I somehow lost 3 kilometres. So I turned around a little bit later than I thought, so I have a bit of a longer walk back to the car than I initially planned, but that's probably a good thing, as it is getting warm. As you can tell, I'm very sweaty. I've unzipped. I wore this top because it is the thinnest running top I have, despite the fact that it's a long sleeve. Right, get this last 2.5k knocked out, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Done. I don't know why I did the telephone thing. I meant to do that. 2 hours, 8 minutes, 15.5 kilometres. Save. Perceived effort, somewhat hard. How do I feel? Actually, I'm feeling quite strong. I don't say that very often, do I? At the end of this, I might do a supercut of me saying I feel strong. It'll be at least a 10-minute video. So, mainly because of the heat, I think, for the last half of that, I could not balance my heart rate. I felt good. My effort, my perceived effort felt good. I was breathing fine. There was not enough, not too much build-up fatigue and all that jazz. But my heart rate, whew, that was high. And let's be honest, it wasn't really until the last 500 meters that I was like, put a little push on here, see if I can't finish a little bit quicker than I started. So that's where the breathlessness from now comes in. But it was a good solid run, which takes my total kilometers up this week to 22. Jesus Christ. I'll get back to you in a bit. I'm so hot, I'm so sweaty. Good news is, my nips are fine, and I've got no chafing. Although, I did sense there was a stone in my shoe, and that has since stopped hurting, so I've either bled and it's gone numb, or the stone's escaped somehow. I'll figure it out in a minute. So, I am done. I am stripped off of my equipment, and I feel good. I had a lovely chat with a gentleman who was wearing a GoPro on his chest, talking about the advantages and disadvantages of recording. Good chat. Nice. Anyway, I digress. So that's my week over. I've only done 2 runs, and again, not because of injury or illness or anything like that, purely because of the heat. And I know some people are gonna say this, I think, but you should have gone out and run anyway. Maybe not, because here's the thing, I don't do well in the heat. I'm not acclimatized to heat. The human body isn't designed to operate at temperatures like that. That's why the World Cup that's going on now, they're doing hydration breaks for every single match, because it can get far too hot over there. That's why you're given hot weather warnings, and to keep hydrated, stay in the shade and stuff like that. So the way I see it, me not doing a run in temperatures that are not just uncomfortable but dangerous is intelligent. Look at me being intelligent. So yeah, that's my take on it. If you disagree, fair enough, you can disagree. I still feel good. I still feel strong. I still got my long run in. I'm not gonna lie. I could feel the fact that I had built the fatigue up for the last 5 days. It felt good and strong. As much as that last 2 and a bit K was the struggle, I still felt good. I still feel like I could probably have carried on. I feel like I definitely could have done another kilometre. So what am I going to do now? Now I'm going to go home. I'm going to neck a litre of milk. And when I say neck a litre of milk, I mean drink slowly over the course of an hour. I'm going to have some pasta. I think I have some tomato and chorizo pasta. I hope I do. If not, I'm going to have to cook some pasta, and I don't particularly want to do that. And I'm going to have about what am I talking about? I'm going to have a can of sweet old sugary drink, Dr. Pepper. I think I have a choice, actually. Anyway, point is, I want to go home and I want to recover, and I want to recover hard, and I want to spend the rest of the day floating around on a floaty in the pool in the back garden. Please don't forget, I am running the Great North Run. I am training for the Great North Run for the SSAFA, the Armed Forces Charity. I would love if you could donate. Link in the description below. It would be amazing. Please and thank you. And I think that'll do me. This has been a short video for what has felt like a long week, mainly because I've spent 4 days procrastinating about whether I should run or not. And then honestly today I feel like I definitely made the right choice. I've definitely put my own physical well-being over running what would have been about 20 kilometers in total. So yes, I feel like I made the right choice. My training hasn't substantially taken a hit. I am still technically building to the distance, so yeah, there's nothing I could have really lost. If anything, my long run today proves that. Like, I'm still at the decent fitness level. I'm still at an elite fitness level for someone who 7 months ago struggled to run a mile again. So yeah, we're building, and we're building strong. Yes, hope you guys have had a week as good as mine. Very lazy week for me, a rest week, shall we say. Anyway, hope you guys have had a good week, and I will see you next week. Peace.